This is a wrap up for August 19th. Let me go to full screen. This series is focused on MailChimp RSVP buttons. The RSVP button in particular, though, is a embeddable calendar invite from our tech stack. So we're going to walk through last 24 hours and the progress we're making with regards to how this works, in particular in the MailChimp workflow. So let's kind of set the ground rules, and that is this is an embeddable calendar invite demo. It's not necessarily an RSVP button. Those, with regards to solutions, are just gathering what we consider add to calendar buttons and possibly some other type of HTML, yes, no, or maybe. We're actually sending out real calendar invites embedded in the MailChimp. So that's how we're different and unique. So to set the footprint here, Mandy is the event organizer for the MailChimp campaign. She is also the organizer for her Google Calendar client and the Calendarsnack app. She uses 3 apps in the demo: MailChimp, Google Calendar client, and the Calendarsnack app to build out her email marketing campaign with the embedded NFL calendar invite button. She uses the Calendar client and the Calendarsnack app to generate the calendar invite button for the NFL Sunday game. She generates the calendar invite embed code by sending her completed NFL game from our Google client to an email address. That email address is create@calendarsnack.com. She then goes into the Calendarsnack demo to get the embeddable calendar invite code for that specific NFL event to insert into her MailChimp campaign. When she sends it out and the button is clicked in the MailChimp campaign, the calendar invite is sent to the MailChimp customer and tracked by Mandy, the organizer. And Mandy, the organizer, is tracking that in the Calendarsnack app. The Calendarsnack app is talking to a set of APIs in which we built called the AWS Calendar Invite Server. Now, Mandy can update the calendar invite data before and after the MailChimp campaign is sent with the embedded MailChimp button just by changing it in her Google client and resending it to the same address, create@calendarsnack.com. So as I walk through it, I'm going to iterate a couple things. She sends her first calendar event using her Google Calendar client to the create@calendarsnack.com address. That creates a new event for this game. She inspects the message for correctness, such as time, date, and message information in the Calendarsnack app prior to inserting the embeddable calendar invite button into the MailChimp application campaign. This creates the first UID event in the database for tracking. At this point, the development of the MailChimp campaign, the event can be changed as needed. The API tracks, updates, and displays those in the Calendarsnack console. So prior to sending MailChimp campaign with the embeddable calendar invite API code. So this is prior, what we're going to see here in the screenshots and what I walk through in the videos. So this is a MailChimp campaign not set. So Mandy's using her calendar client. She's going in. She's experimenting with the messaging over here for the Baltimore Bills versus the Ravens. She's building out her MailChimp campaign. Again, not set, but she's experimenting with what it's going to say over here and what the embeddable calendar invite button is going to look like. So she can change any of this over here, including typos, time changes, location, message bodies. She can insert promotions if she wants, and all those updates, anytime she saves or updates this content, is issued an update here in the organizer dashboard for the Calendarsnack engine talking to the AWS Calendar Invite Server. So this is the setup. Mandy's in charge of promoting NFL game boosts. She has a target customer group that is coming to the football game that is her list in MailChimp. She is promoting a VIP offer to come to a booth and get a free NFL jersey. It has a value of $125 for meet and greet. She wants to integrate the MailChimp RSVP button with the embeddable calendar invite button into the campaign and offer it and track it. She's not really sure how she's going to do this, but she's experimenting. Then she can update the calendar invite with promotional information to those customers she is tracking with the calendar invite. So in this case here, she's just going to send out a generic message, kind of a surprise message. If you click the calendar invite and get it on, click the calendar invite button in the MailChimp campaign and get it on your calendar, she's going to update it with the content specifically for the VIPs, and she's going to monitor that. So how she does that is she sets and stages her calendar information here. She sends it to the Calendarsnack service. We ingest that data. That's a set of APIs. And then she's getting ready to now firmly commit to the information and testing of the calendar invite button generation, which she's going to insert into here, which is RSVP here to get a calendar invite with a limited merch offer. So she's staging it now. So prior to sending, she's testing and tuning, getting ready to get it finalized. She's sending possibly 1, 2, or 3, 4 or 5, 6, doesn't matter, prior to sending to this SES box, create at calendarsnack.com. She's reviewing it in the Calendarsnack console, and she's getting the data correct. It's coordinated with the MailChimp email messaging. So she decides prior in update 1 that she is actually going to use this event message she's been collaborating with her team on. And the event message in the calendar invitation is going to be, if you click to get the calendar invite, we'll send you updates on the day of the game for our secret booth number to stop by and get a free NFL jersey. So this is prior to sending. She's going to set this message update. So she goes in, she actually inserts this message here. She opens it up under edit. She inserts the message, she hits save, and then this message gets committed to the AWS Calendar Invite Server database right here. And when she generates her button and inserts it in here, this will be the final message prior to sending. So the concepts here in recap are changing event data in the Google Calendar client and resending to the same create command address to update the data in the Calendar Invite API. This is commonly done and done thousands of times a day with our customer base. So before the MailChimp campaign is sent with the embedded Calendar Invite button, the API can be updated as needed for event changes as I review date, time, and message. It's common to change several times. After the campaign has been sent with the embedded Calendar Invite button, the API can be updated post-sending. When the Calendar Invite API button is clicked in the MailChimp campaign, the MailChimp customer receives the calendar invite and picks a yes or no. We also track, yes or maybe. We also track the no's. The calendar invite is then registered in the database and tracked by calendar receipt statuses gathered. And if the status is a yes or maybe, in the calendar invite data is updated by the organizer, updated, the calendar invite is sent to those MailChimp customers. So that's not exactly written correctly, but let me recorrect it. And that is, it's a yes or maybe, and then anybody with a yes or maybe status, the calendar invite is updated in the database and then resent to anybody that's in that status that's already received a calendar invite by the MailChimp promotion. So here's what it looks like here for insertion. I'm going to copy the code here. Once it's complete and I got my messaging correct, I go into the panel interface, I pick MailChimp, I pick out the copy code, I insert it into the RSVP button here, and then I save it, and then I send it out. So this is a completed MailChimp campaign is completed and sent to the list. It went out, and then one of the actors downstream is Zach at techvader.com. He's on the email list. He clicks the button, and here he clicks a button. He sent the calendar invite. He says yes to the event, and then we collect the calendar receipt information back in Mandy's Calendarsnack console, talking to the AWS Calendar Invite Server. So update 2 is after the campaign has been sent and MailChimp customers click and get on the calendar invite, Mandy, the organizer, changes the offer in the message body of the original calendar invite She sends a job to the APIs to recreate a new calendar invite information, and it's automatically sent out to those who have said yes or maybe to the MailChimp campaign, as I spoke about previously. So what happens here in update 2, Mandy goes through the same sequence. She opens up her original email, or excuse me, her original calendar invite. She updates this message. She confirms it, she saves it, and it automatically pushes to the Calendarsnack console and the APIs, and we generate a new calendar invite message to those who have said yes or maybe to the original MailChimp send and click through. So what happens here in the message update 1, she inserts it, she hits save, and then any MailChimp customers that respond yes or maybe to the previous calendar invite from the MailChimp campaign will receive a updated calendar invitation. And I note this here that Zach is our demo customer here. And so under demo customer, you see Zach downstream here on Mandy's MailChimp list. This is the processing pipeline. Mandy updated here with create@calendarsnack.com, and it goes through the pipeline, and he receives the updated calendar invite information with the new messaging on it. And so that new messaging on it is stop by our surprise booth, 983, the NFL game, and get the $125 value jersey. So if you look at the flight path of this pipeline, once it gets on the calendar invite for Zach, being the MailChimp customer, he's having a direct communication with the Calendarsnack service and the AWS Calendar Invite Server via the organizer of the event, Mandy. So she's having a direct update discussion with him via sending him updates to his calendar via calendar invite. So this is kind of a wrap up. Any further updates can be done now by Mandy. She can do endless updates. She could do updates due to game day changes. She could change the booth again. She could change the start time, etc. And they're all going to go out to any MailChimp customers that have responded yes or maybe to the previous calendar invite. And those updated changes will be automatically sent out to those people. That's the end of the wrap up. Thanks for hanging in there with me.